Safari is not don't allow don't the
Allow that?
website dub
Oh,
Allow
allow
that
that?
notification?
don't allow
Yeah.
I think we're going now. I think we're
Safari
going.
is page don't allow
Yeah.
don't the
Allow
website
that?
zoom.us
Zoom us.
Yeah, we're going
Safari.
Oh,
So-
allow that?
Safari
Yeah. Okay. So I guess I don't have to do that right now then.
No, you can just close the browser
now.
because then
Safari is page
Zoom us. Zoom share tool.
yeah. So now you can close your browser so then you don't hear the echo.
Yep. All good.
There, we did it. We did it.
So sorry.
No, it's okay. You're good. We did it. We did it. We did it.
We did. So I
Are we
suppose-
excited to begin?
Yeah, of course. I suppose I'll leave that up to you then going forward, because
What's that?
getting that going.
It's okay. We'll work on it together.
Yeah, you don't much need me for that, but
What's that?
getting it, you have it going that way, so you don't really need me to. Anyways.
No, actually, what I'll do is I'll kind of show you how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that's not a problem.
All right, so we will begin then. Can start the recording in 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon on Saturday, January 10th, 2026. We're back. We're back after a few technical experimentations. We're here.
Oh, but we did it. We did it. That's the important part.
We did. If you haven't seen the newsletter, all of you out there in listener land, we are changing things up with the live streaming a little bit. So there is no audio stream today. So we were just figuring out the logistics of streaming directly onto YouTube from the Zoom. Any other exciting tech updates today, Allie?
Well, yes. Tech updates in the sense that we got everything all sorted in the sense of the booking sort of pages. We got all that sorted.
That is
That
true.
was the main thing this week.
Yeah, and I mean, it is a big thing.
Yes. And these things kind of happen. Like these things happen, and then when they do, we just kind of work to, in the best of our abilities, to solve them.
Oh yeah, technology is very imperfect, so things are bound to kind of crop up,
Oh, yes. Yep.
and we just work through them.
We do.
But yeah, we do very much want the booking page to be properly up and running to facilitate guest bookings.
Oh, yes. Yep.
And how has the week been otherwise?
Well, the week's been pretty good otherwise, actually.
Yeah,
Not only getting through that, but getting through some reading as well.
good stuff. We always like to hear
Yes.
that.
Pardon me?
We always love to hear that.
Yes. We always enjoy that.
Definitely.
And we absolutely are here. We're back again, and we're here to enjoy the content, and we have it all made.
We do. We absolutely do. And you know what? It's so easy to get in here when you actually are on the right calendar and get the right event.
Yes. Yeah. So actually, yes, so it's kind of a note about that live stream there. So what actually happens, and this is what I sort of meant of when we'll work on it together, is we'll show us what the next step is for the custom side. Because what has to happen is you have to go to YouTube Studio.
And you have to be logged in for a start as well.
Well, I think you'd be logged in. I think well, yeah, and that would be okay. Actually, you might be, yeah, you'd be logged into YouTube Studio, and then you'll see it in the Go Live, in the Go Live section of the upcoming streams, and then you find the stream, and then you have to hit Go Live.
And probably best to pre-sign into YouTube Studio before doing all that, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, like at a separate time, go to YouTube Studio, make sure that's logged in so that when you go to do it with the stream, it's all good, it's all there.
Well, actually, what happens first, though, first you have to start the custom stream like we did in
Right.
Zoom. Because in order for the data to be transmitted to in order for that live stream button to be in order to be able to, even for that to be active, it has to have the data from from the software, from the streaming software to start. So that has to start first, and then you can hit the Go Live. But it's not like I had it here open anyway, so I didn't mind just hitting the Go Live button.
Yeah, and it was actually quite a lot faster that way than when I was trying to do it.
Yeah, that's no problem. No issues.
No, that is the thing, isn't it? There were no real issues other than it just wasn't quite starting yet.
Yeah. No, but we did it. We did it. We figured it out. We sorted it through.
That we did. No panic, no, nothing terribly went awry.
No, not at all.
Yeah. So that's always a plus.
Yes. But certainly this is a little bit easier than the audio hijack way because you're not dealing with two different things. But of course, if you want to do multiple, if you want to be streaming to audio as well, then you'd want to use that method.
Yeah, that is kind of the one caveat to that, right? Because
What's that?
the want of having the multiple options.
Well, I mean, yes, and I think in the long run it might be better to have the multiple options.
Yeah, I had thought as much myself. I know we had talked a little bit earlier off air about just having the discussion of the future of it, and certainly.
And which we will.
And you know what? If people who are listening to this, if you out there listen to the audio stream, let us know. Shoot us an email. Either of us, we have the Musa Slobodian Network email addresses, or just let us know on any of the socials. We would love to hear how many of you actually choose to make use of the audio stream, because that can certainly direct the decision a little bit.
Yeah, and also as well, right? Another thing as well that it does is that you could have it. Sorry, the other thing about the YouTube that is better is that you get a notification when we go live. The audio doesn't give you any notification, so I don't really imagine people are using that much.
No, because then you have to just keep refreshing it and hope that whatever is actually live at that point.
Yes, that's right.
And that could get a bit annoying, I would imagine.
Yeah, I don't think too many people use that. I really don't.
No, I would agree with you, but all of you out there are welcome to.
Yeah, let us know if you want. Let us know.
Yeah, you know what? Prove us wrong. If we both are, I think, on the same page in this regard, but if you do use it, prove us wrong. Feel free.
Yes, yeah.
But yeah, I do hear what you're saying about the notifications, and I do completely agree that it is a heck of a lot more convenient.
Yeah.
And nice to know there's a notification, or even just to have, because you can set the reminder, like you can get it to remind you, as we've talked about.
Yeah, like I just got one live in 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
a YouTube notification. So
Oh, so it even gives you early ones. I thought it was just when it goes live, but that's cool.
no, because it was scheduled. You do get one when you go live too, but also like if it's scheduled, I think you get one.
Yeah. No, it's a good little setup.
Yeah, and I think it works better as well because then uh, it works better too.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. So really, it's kind of 6 to 1, half dozen the other when you start to look at it.
Yeah.
Just depends on what your preferences are and what your needs are, and we'll have to look at that a little more closely, perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, most people I don't think would even do the audio. I think, yeah, that's kind of, yeah, I think that's really it. Like, I think it's also better to streamline the process a bit,
Oh, hands down, yeah.
which is kind of what we're looking at here, and not having multiple things going unless we need them.
Exactly.
Which, if we can get rid of the audio hijack way, would be good.
Because I know you were looking at trying to lean away from the Mac a little bit, or not
Yes.
lean away from the Mac specifically, but lean away from having to be tied to the Mac so tightly.
Yep.
So it makes
Yes,
good sense.
that's it, yeah. Well, let's get into the book.
Let's do. Do you want to start with your thoughts on Iron Mike? We can kind of each go through what we've, or have you started the Book of Lost Names as well?
I did, yes.
Okay, then we can start there.
Yeah, I find in a way where that Ava, the main character, really took a bit of a gamble on the fact that how when her father was arrested or taken, that to try and get out of Paris, which they did make it out, her and her mom, but I kind of felt for reasons that she wasn't really thinking the process through as to what would happen, what they would need, and especially when she asked for like fake documentation to be made, that there was more involved than just that.
More involved, or just the implications for, I'm forgetting the name of the man who employed her father, but of course there would be implications for him of if he had made those documents for her, he could find himself in an awful situation as well.
Yeah, that's the
But to play devil's advocate, how do you think the things out in that moment? Like, this is a fictional story and those are fictional characters, but I can't imagine that in that situation and while those arrests or disappearances or whatever you want to call them were taking place, how can you really take time to think? You have to kind of,
well, you can't.
no, because there is none, right?
Yeah.
And I think the author does very well so far at illustrating that, because the pace really does move very quickly. Like, it's not, nothing is dwelled upon too much. You
Yeah.
kind of feel the urgency,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
which I'd say is quite a skill, but how are you finding it? How do you find the narration? Are you enjoying it?
I am, because it's something you can relate to because of what's actually. It is a fictional story, but you can sort of you can relate to it in sort of a reality sense of what's going on in the world today.
I was thinking as much as well, which of course it is a World War II centric story, so it is very specific to that time, but there is a line that comes up about the Germans ruling with fear as much as with anything else, and I think you really see quite a lot of that going on now.
Yeah. But even if you look at it from a wide scale of what's going on today, you can kind of relate to that when you read this book.
Would you like to expand upon that a little bit?
Well, it's just with all the protests and things going on these days, you can relate to that. Like, kind of on a sorry, just shutting the alarm off.
No worries.
So it's like you sort of know and can tell if you're following what goes on today that you can relate to it based on the series of events.
Mm-hmm. I'm interested to see what is the relevance of, because in the beginning there is it focuses on Ava, but much, much older, and she's, reading this newspaper and she's talking about this book that a German librarian found that he's
Yes.
trying to, and I am interested to see what the significance of that is, because when it talks about there being some sort of code within it, I am rather intrigued to see what comes of that and why she claimed it was so important and why she's picking up and going back there, kind of.
Yeah.
Or not going back there necessarily, I suppose, going there in the first place.
Yep, exactly. That's really that's the big thing.
It is an interesting book so far. There are a lot of historical fictions and non-fictions that focus on the Second World War and all the events thereof, but it's impressive how they can all come at it from different angles.
Yeah.
How far would you say you've gotten so far?
I'm about I think chapter 7.
Okay, I'm not too far behind you. I'm about chapter 4. No, but it goes quickly and you can really just sort of listen to it and you feel like you've made progress.
Yeah.
So I do think I'll continue with that one.
Yeah, I think so too.
The narration's all right. I wouldn't say it's the best I've ever heard, but it's certainly not the worst.
No.
There are, some of those older audiobooks that you can clearly tell were like the ones that might have been books on tape,
Yeah.
because you can tell by the sound quality and you can tell that maybe there's
Zoom.us.
some indicators
Find Air.
in there
Google Chrome.
of the recording being rather
Navigation.
old.
Group.
Yeah.
They can be a little bit rough to listen to
Zoom.
on a phone or on more current devices. I'm sure they were more than fine at the time, but with the advancements now,
Oh yeah.
there's a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on this one, or would you like to continue on to Iron Mike?
No, I think we'll continue with Iron Mike. Iron Mike, it was like kind of it. The one thing I will say for Mike Keenan's behavior was he did end up getting fined
Oh,
for
really?
some of his behavior. I can't remember what. But he did have, because of his pretty intense sort of coaching methods. Wasn't surprised at that at all.
No, I was going to say it's bound to happen at that point.
Yep. Oh yeah.
But just fined, he was never suspended or anything.
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm. And what have you thought of the book as you've perhaps continued on with it this week?
Well, I think my perspectives are kind of the same on it, where it was just one of those kind of things where he ended up kind of getting lucky. He ended up continuing to get jobs in the NHL, even for his style, after he kept getting fired. So I think it showed something.
Hmm. Clearly, he was able to get results from his teams.
Correct.
Because as we've seen lately with the Leafs, if you're not getting results from your team, that's when you might be out of a job.
Well, yes, but it had nothing to do with Mark Savard, though, on the Leafs end.
Okay.
But it's just one of those things where that was just one thing that happened. Something that happened, and Steve Sullivan, I think I think it's just one of those things where it's just kind of getting things together again
For the Leafs, you mean?
for the Leafs.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was that.
Have you read anything else this week?
I've been continuing with Values by Mark Carney. I want to get to the end of that.
Right, that'll certainly be an accomplishment getting to the end of that.
Yeah, it's a pretty good book, though.
Hmm. I had started a little of it so long ago now I can't recall.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Hmm. How about you? Anything else you've been taking a look at this week?
Bit more of Good Omens. My thoughts are relatively the same. I'm getting a little further along, so sometimes getting a bit deeper into it helps. I find then I kind of hit my stride a little bit more, which is maybe happening, but I'm still not sure, which is disappointing because I had liked it so much the first time, but whether I'm just not in the mood for it or whether it is genuinely something with the writing that I hadn't seen before. I do love the characters. That is the thing that I think keeps me coming back.
Yeah, I think it might be the writing style.
In some ways, yeah. Like I do enjoy that very British sense of humor, so that's not the problem, but yeah, it very much can be the writing style sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But I will continue on. I'm about a third of the way through, so there's no sense in putting it down now.
Yeah.
Just finish it. And hopefully I will find something that redeems it to me.
Yeah.
And what of next week's book? Do you want to pick something?
I'm thinking continuing with that theme. Um, I'd like to do The Breadwinner by Deborah Ellis, which I have read a couple times actually.
Oh, me too. I read that back in elementary school. But I'd be happy to read it again.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do. Oh, wow.
And there's a neat story to that we'll share
Oh,
on
yeah,
next week's show
please.
as well.
Looking forward to hearing that. And speaking of next week, shall we get into the schedule?
Let's do it.
What's coming up on the Ali Musa show?
I think the Ali Musa show is still off for another week,
That's right.
but we do have Becky Coles on the 19th,
Very exciting.
and Jim Taddy's coming back
When was that again?
February 2nd.
Ah,
And we have a books panel as well.
we do. That'll be on the 30th, so we still got a little time before that. We will be discussing Anatomy of a Con Artist, which I think will be quite fascinating. That'll be at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on that day. Of course, we'll be live. We will be here with our panelists.
We will, most certainly.
But as for the rest of this week here, it's a pretty light-loaded week. We've just got our regular show on the Ali and Makara show here next Sunday. That'll be January the 18th, if I'm not mistaken, at 3:30 p.m. Eastern. We will continue and we will stick to our regular day next week. Promise. That'll all be fine. And we'll discuss the breadwinner. That'll be fantastic. And of course, if you are keeping up with the other things we've got going on just outside of or adjacent to the network, we've got Techstravaganza that'll be coming up on
Oh, yeah.
Wednesday, January the 14th, 1 to 3 p.m. Eastern. I believe it's to do with Perplexity this week.
That's what I think so.
Yeah, it's a tutorial on Perplexity. So head over to techstravaganza.ca if you want more details and to join in with that.
Yes, and of course we'll link to the page as well.
Absolutely. We always have it in the show notes. I think we keep it in our
We do, yeah.
set of links.
Yeah. We can put the what's coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can definitely do that. But that's all we've got for this week. So do stay tuned. We've got a ton of content coming up. And be well. And we will be back next week.
And stay safe.
Yeah. And thank you for listening.
Google Chrome. Navigation. Manage. List 3 item. Pop-out dashboard button. Group 1 of enter search cap E. And D. Send feedback button. Group. Send feedback. Send end stream. End stream button. Group. Dialog. End stream. Group. Your stream will stop. Not yet. End. End button. Group. Zoom.